wasn't yours. I'm going back, I'm going back, I'm going back, I'm going back, I'm going back to who I was before. I like me better, I like me better.
Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video will be real sweet, simple, and to the point. If you guys want to know why Shanine is annoyed again because of people, let's go. I feel like we all know history repeats itself. We keep having the same conversations over and over again, and trends go in and out, then they come back and everyone acts like it's something brand new. So I'm not really surprised that this is happening again, but it's still as annoying as when it happened in the past. So what am I talking about, Shanine? I am on Tok, and if you are not on there, then you have not seen in the TikTok beauty space that the less melanated are complaining about products being too pigmented, too much for them to wear on their skin tone. This is not a new conversation. I've been in this beauty space regardless of what app it's been on for this year. We'll probably make it 9 years. And it's a conversation that I've had to have over and over and over again. Everything is not about you, okay? There are demographics of people who are left out of the conversation. So they go start their own conversation and they make things that are going to work for them because someone else forgot about them, right? That means that that wasn't for you. If it doesn't make sense on you, for you, then it might not be for you. And before I talk about the actual makeup, another way that I had to learn that myself, like no one is above learning. That is a lesson I had to learn myself. And I learned it within the disabled community. Things would come out like, let's say, a vegetable chopper, right? A vegetable chopper would come out and people would just start saying, oh, the world is getting so lazy. Why can't you just pick up a knife and cut it yourself, chop it yourself? Another example are like, you know, shoes that had laces on them, but they didn't actually unlace. You could just slip your foot into it. And people would say, are you so lazy that you just can't just bend down and tie the shoe yourself, blah, 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 blah. And one day I saw, you know, someone who was an advocate for the disabled community say, it wasn't for you. It was made for people who have mobility issues. It was made for people who have issues when it comes to chopping vegetables. It was made for the elderly because you have mobility issues as you get older. It's made for people who cannot bend down and tie their shoes. And you know, I really had to look at it and I was like, oh, you know, they is right. It's not about me. But you have to take the lesson when someone tells it to you and understand that it's not about you, and that's okay. Does it make it convenient for you if you too can also use it? Yes, but if it's not something that is specifically made for you, that is okay. Okay, so I'm sure if you're here on this video, then you have heard of Juvias Place. Since the brand came out, it is a brand that has been known for making very pigmented makeup products, right? Well, this bad boy right here, which is also not new. I mean, it's newer for the brand, but it's not a new product whatsoever. But this is going viral again on TikTok right now because, like I said, the less melanated came across this product, tried it out. And let's take a look at this product, okay? Look at this on the applicator. You can't fully see because the video does not want to focus. Can you see that? You see how it looks on the applicator? And then if you put just a dot, that is just a dot of this product, right? So they are going on Tok and doing this. You're putting this much of this product on your face. And then what happens? They blend it out. You see how that looks? Yeah, that is a pigmented product, okay? But do you also see how it don't look that crazy on me? You see how if I keep blending, it literally just looks like blush? That was made for my skin tone. You see that? And everyone's a guru. Everyone is a teacher. Everyone can tell you how to do something. If your basis for being on the platform is for you to teach people makeup application, is for you to teach people what to do, what not to do, why would you look at a product like that after the first dot and keep applying more product to show people how to apply blush on their face? If you knew what you was doing, wouldn't you just take one dot and just... Because even if you are less melanated, can you use this product? Absolutely. You simply have to know how to apply products on your face, how much of it you're supposed to apply on your face, where, all that type of stuff, how to dilute products so that doesn't work out for you. Do you think in the amount of time that I've been doing this, I haven't had instances where something is just way too light? But guess what? They don't make any other shades for my skin tone, so I had to make it work. but I figured out how to make it work. Did I not? Even if they do have other shades that work for me, I still have some issues sometimes picking out shades where I might pick a shade that is way still too light, but I'm in the moment. I don't have any other options, or I'm filming the video already, and I somehow figure out a way to make it work. And if I can't make it work, then I'm not gonna blame the product. I'm not gonna blame the product because I picked the wrong shade. I'm not gonna blame the product because the shade wasn't made for my skin tone. So for you to address Juvia's Place saying, why would you put out a product like this? Is it ringing a bell? Do you guys recall back in the day a certain beauty content creator who was upset because Huda had a highlighter palette that was for deeper complexions, and she got on social media saying like, where am I supposed to wear this to? I can't wear this, blah, blah, blah. And people were like, that's because it wasn't for you. And you know what's so crazy? They have other options that you could have used, but for some reason, you ignored the 2 other options that you could pick from, the 2 lighter versions that you could pick from, and you decided to focus in on this darker palette that was made for deeper complexions to complain because that also does not work for you. And of course, once the girlies got on them on TikTok, here came the apologies about, not knowing better and not doing better and doing better as you move forward. And it's funny to me because if you know about this blush, then you know that this blush was being compared to this blush. This is the Rare Beauty blush. Y'all know that I rave about this product because it's one of the things I rave about is the fact that it is pigmented, and one of the things people rave about is the fact that it is pigmented. And this was being compared to this everywhere, on YouTube, on Instagram, on TikTok. So if the pigment was okay in this product, why was it not okay in this product? Is it because one of these is marketed to a specific demographic more than the other one? Look at this shade. Look at this shade. Just the applicator. If you wanted to focus, okay, say dot, dot, dot. Do we see? Okay. And this is the finger that I blended out the Juvia's Place with. And now, is that too not also a product that it's very pigmented? You can still very much so see it on my hand, but it looks like a shade that someone my skin tone would use, right? So if Juvia's Place has been recommended as a dupe for Rare Beauty, and y'all love Rare Beauty, it's a blush that went viral on social media. They were selling out shades in Sephora. Why did y'all not have the same complaints that Rare Beauty was making too pigmented of products? And it's funny because both brands have a pretty extensive shade range for the blushes. Yeah, probably somewhere above like 10 shades for each one. It's almost like you would look at that Rare Beauty shade, right, if you were a little less melanated. And mind you, even if you were less melanated, you might look at this and you might still buy it. But for the people who were saying that this was too pigmented, you would look at this shade and say, you know what, that might be a little too much for my skin tone, so let me go to the lighter shades that they offer, the same way Juvia's Place also offers lighter shades. But then when people point these things out, y'all start trying to gaslight them like they're just making a big deal out of anything. No, these are called microaggressions. These are things that you do that, whether you think it's intentional or not, which, like I mentioned, the influencer who decided to focus in on the Huda beauty palette that was meant for deeper complexions, like there was not a lighter option available, that it is intentional for some of you. It still doesn't dispute the fact that it's still a microaggression. And it's not just Juvia's Place. Any of the brands that are created because, like I said in the beginning of this video, something was missing. Contour shades were missing, bronzer shades were missing, and even brands that weren't necessarily created, maybe it's not a black owned brand, but it's a brand that's meant to cater to deeper complexions, like Black Radiance. Black Radiance is not a black owned brand, but it's a brand that caters to deeper complexions. And even Huda, we know what Huda looks like, right? She's not a deeper complexion, but she offered a highlighter palette that was for a deeper complexion. When those products are made, it's still a problem. If those things aren't included and people complain about it, everything is a problem. How many shades are they supposed to come out with? Actually, real quick to say, are brands supposed to have 100 shades when they don't include deeper complexions? So deeper complexions, or people who still want to include deeper complexions, say, okay, I'll go make something that is for deeper complexions. Now it's, well, I can't use this. What am I supposed to use on my skin tone? What about me? So it's always a problem. And like I said, sometimes it's not intentional. That is why I mentioned, you know, me having to learn that through watching the what happened with the products made for people with disabilities. Sometimes it is not intentional for you to not realize the privilege that you have. And the fact that, yeah, you don't need certain things that are made specifically for you because you've always been included. But also sometimes you need to check if that's not intentional or not. If the biases that you have, if the privileges that you have blind you, or, you know, you just don't want to see it, if it's something that you have to work on, that's something that you have to unpack. Either way that it goes, if it's intentional or not, unpack that, because it's annoying. Okay? It's annoying. And then when people speak about it, it's, oh, you cry about everything. You could, okay, and who gonna stop me from saying it? Mwah. I didn't think so. For this video, so that is it for this video. Let me know in the comments down below if you saw this conversation going on. And yeah, let me know about your thoughts on this being something that's a scandal, debate-ish type thing, and what you think about the fact that these two brands are very similar. They offer very similar things, but only one caught flack for being too much of something and for leaving people out. You let me know your comments, your thoughts in the comments down below. Make sure to thumbs up, comment, subscribe, turn notification bells down below. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.